It's Sunday, May the 24th, 2026. You're listening to the DX Today AI Daily Brief. Today, Anthropic closes in on a $900 billion valuation as OpenAI files confidentially for its IPO. The White House abruptly pulls a sweeping AI safety order after 11th hour calls from Silicon Valley. And a major audiobook shakeup as ElevenLabs licenses 200,000 human-narrated titles. Let's get into it.
Anthropic is moving to close a funding round of more than $30 billion at a valuation north of $900 billion, according to reporting from Bloomberg and Tech Times. Sequoia Capital, Dragoneer, Altimeter, and Green Oaks Capital Partners are each expected to anchor roughly $2 billion as co-leads, with Founders Fund and General Catalyst returning. If the deal lands as described, the Claude maker would leapfrog OpenAI to become the world's most valuable private AI company. The cash comes as Anthropic's annualized revenue passes $10 billion, with enterprise customers driving roughly 80% of the top line. Insiders describe this as Anthropic's final private raise before a potential public listing later this year.
Meanwhile, in New York,
OpenAI confidentially filed its S-1 prospectus with the Securities and Exchange Commission on Friday, May 22nd, sources told CNBC, and Axios, the artificial intelligence giant, is targeting a public market debut as early as September, with bankers from Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley leading the deal at a valuation reportedly between $852 billion and $1 trillion. The confidential route allows OpenAI to work through SEC comments privately before any public disclosure. The filing arrives in the same week SpaceX prepares its own multi-trillion-dollar listing, setting up an unprecedented summer for AI and aerospace capital markets, with the two Musk and Altman ventures both aiming for fall debuts.
Turning to Washington,
President Trump abruptly postponed the signing of a landmark AI safety executive order on Thursday, May 21st, after a wave of phone calls from technology leaders. The order would have established a voluntary framework for frontier AI companies to share advanced models with the federal government before public release, granting agencies up to 90 days for security review. According to Washington Post and Axios reporting, Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and former AI and crypto czar David Sachs personally lobbied the president, arguing the vetting regime would slow American competitiveness. The White House removed an existing pre-deployment testing announcement involving Microsoft, Google, and xAI from a federal website days later, signaling a broader retreat from voluntary oversight.
Now to publishing.
ElevenLabs is going after Audible head-on. The voice AI firm announced its ElevenReader app has now licensed approximately 200,000 human-narrated audiobook titles from major publishers, reported May 22nd by Tech Times. The catalogue goes live alongside the existing AI-narrated streaming library, all wrapped in an $11 a month subscription on iOS and Android. ElevenLabs is positioning the product as a direct alternative to Amazon's Audible, currently valued at roughly $11 billion after its latest raise. Publishing executives say the depth of human-narrated content rivals incumbents, while the AI layer lets readers stream any book in a chosen synthetic voice on demand, a hybrid catalogue with significant downstream implications.
Moving to enterprise AI.
Ernst & Young and Microsoft announced a significant expansion of their global alliance on Thursday, May 21st, committing more than $1 billion over 5 years to scale AI across enterprise clients. The initiative pairs Microsoft forward-deployed engineers with EY industry specialists to accelerate Copilot adoption and broader AI transformation programs. EY has already deployed Copilot to roughly 150,000 of its own people, reporting a 15% productivity lift that it reinvested into client delivery and learning. Initial focus areas include finance, tax, risk, human resources, and supply chain across financial services, industrials, energy, consumer, government, and healthcare, marking one of the largest enterprise AI services partnerships announced this year.
And in cloud.
IBM and Google Cloud unveiled a deepened partnership on Thursday, May 21st, combining Google's developer-focused AI stack with IBM's hybrid cloud, data management, and automation strengths. The two companies say enterprise customers will be able to build AI agents that move seamlessly between Google's Gemini ecosystem and IBM Watson, with shared tooling for data governance, security, and observability. The partnership extends an existing relationship around hybrid cloud and Red Hat OpenShift and is squarely aimed at regulated industries that have struggled to graduate AI pilots into production. Both firms are pitching the alliance as a counterweight to integrated stacks from Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, and Oracle in the enterprise AI market.
Back to Anthropic.
Anthropic confirmed its acquisition of developer tools startup Stainless in a deal reportedly valued at more than $300 million. Founded in 2022, Stainless built the software development kits used by Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, and Cloudflare to expose their AI APIs across languages including Python, TypeScript, Kotlin, Go, and Java. Anthropic plans to wind down the hosted Stainless SDK generator service. Although existing customers keep full rights to SDKs they have already produced. The move illustrates how leading AI labs are vertically integrating beneath the model layer, absorbing the runtimes, package managers, and code generation tooling that surround Claude, and is widely read as a defensive cut against rival OpenAI and Google's developer ecosystems.
Spotify enters audiobooks too.
Spotify launched a self-publishing AI audiobook tool powered by ElevenLabs on Thursday, May 21st, TechCrunch reported. The feature lives inside Spotify for authors and will roll out in beta in June on an invite-only basis, with English language support at launch. Authors can upload a manuscript and generate a fully narrated audiobook in minutes using ElevenLabs voice models, then distribute the finished audio through Spotify or any other platform without exclusivity. Spotify executives say the tool democratizes audiobook production for independent authors who historically could not afford studio narration. The move puts Spotify in direct competition with Audible's own AI narration program and deepens ElevenLabs' position as the leading voice infrastructure provider.
Now to Rome.
The Vatican confirmed Pope Leo XIV will publish his first encyclical tomorrow, titled Magnifica Humanitas, or Magnificent Humanity, focused on safeguarding human dignity in the age of artificial intelligence. Bearing the pontiff's signature dated May 15th, the document marks 135 years to the day since Leo XIII's Rerum Novarum addressed industrial-era labour. Pope Leo will personally present the encyclical at a Vatican press conference, a first for any papal social document, joined by Anthropic co-founder Jack Clark. Church observers say the timing positions Catholic social teaching at the centre of the global AI debate, just as policymakers, labs, and labour leaders argue over AI's impact on work, autonomy, and the meaning of personhood.
Talent moves next.
OpenAI co-founder Andrej Karpathy announced this week he is joining rival Anthropic's pre-training team. Karpathy, who previously led AI at Tesla and was a founding member of OpenAI, posted on X that he wants to return to hands-on research and development at what he called the frontier of large language models. Anthropic said Karpathy will help launch a new team focused on using Claude itself to accelerate pre-training research, a technique increasingly central to automating parts of model development. The hire follows a string of senior departures from OpenAI to Anthropic and underscores intensifying competition for elite AI talent as both companies prepare for public listings later this year and ramp infrastructure spending into the hundreds of billions.
Over to Google.
Google's new Gemini Spark agent begins rolling out this week to Google AI Ultra subscribers in the United States. Unveiled at Google Input Output earlier this month, Spark is a general-purpose AI agent that runs around the clock on Google Cloud virtual machines, continuing to act even when a user's laptop is closed. The agent reasons across Gmail, Google Workspace, third-party apps, and the open web, and will soon support the Model Context Protocol to operate inside Canva, Instacart, OpenTable, and other partner services. Google simultaneously cut the price of the top AI Ultra plan from $250 to $100 a month, undercutting competitor pricing and making always-on agentic AI dramatically more accessible to mainstream professional users.
And finally to Meta.
Meta is facing fresh scrutiny after leaked audio from an internal all-hands meeting captured Chief Executive Mark Zuckerberg defending an employee tracking program that feeds the company's AI models. The recording, surfaced this week by the worker advocacy group More Perfect Union, shows Zuckerberg explaining that an initiative called the Model Capability Initiative monitors staff activity inside Gmail, Google Chat, VS Code, and Meta's internal assistant MetaMate to teach AI systems how skilled professionals work. Chief Technology Officer Andrew Bosworth told employees there is no opt-out on corporate laptops. The disclosure landed the same week. Roughly 8,000 Meta employees received layoff notices, intensifying debate over AI surveillance, consent, and workforce transformation.
That's your briefing for Sunday, May the 24th, 2026. For DX Today, stay curious.